Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here, put my new jacket on. Yeah, it's official. Your boy got some gear. All right, let's do what we do. Writism, 25 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. The message in the story for life. I give life lessons. You tune in to receiving them. We got a good thing going. Let's rock. Right thinkers mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment. Right thinkers way of life, through mental and spiritual discipline daily, will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission, that all right thinkers do just that. That's why I meticulously pick out the lessons to get you to do just that. Know thyself. So let's go. Excuse me. I asked the question, do you know you? It's rhetorical, but if you don't have the answer, tune in. I can help you with that. When I get done, you will know thyself. Let's go. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believes and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows, but knows not that they know, is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to do just that. Wake you up with knowledge of self. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. Right thinkers know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. I'm gonna take a quick lesson. The title is Right Thinkers. Let's talk about Maya and the god Tahuti. Remember, Tahuti is the thing up here. He represents. So I'll break that down for you right quick. This is gonna be a quick lesson, hopefully get it out the way. But it's a good informative lesson. So pay attention. You got the god Tahuti is intimately related to the goddess Maya. They're not like that. Okay. I'll tell you about that lesson later, but no, they don't go together like that. Maya opposite is Isfat, okay? Chaos. She represents order. The opposite of order is chaos. Tahuti represents God's mind and his wisdom. So that's your thinking mechanism. Put them together, that's what you're going to get. The God Tahuti is intimately related to the goddess Maya. How? He is the divinity who was commissioned by Ra, the supreme being, to do what? To bring wisdom and teachings to the world and establish Mayat in the realm of time and space. Order, Mayat, knowledge and wisdom, Tahuti. He is Ra's mind and brain. Guess what? Watch this. I told you the mind had to connect with the brain. The mind had to connect with the heart. Sorry about that. I said the mind and heart. It's the mind and the heart. Again, that takes you to my concept, heart, mind, coherence. Why? The heart and mind got to function as one. That's God. Watch this. I'm proving it right now. Watch this. Now, he is Ra's mind and heart. Where is God? Here. What did he give you to recognize him? This. So once they come together, it becomes one. That's harmony. Two things working together for the common good. I'm going to break that down for you. So here we go. Remember, this is you. Get the concept. Tahuti is the symbol of what? Right reason. The link to what? Your higher self. It takes this. When the determination to pursue what? When the divine arises, mean as aspirants or inquisitive right thinkers, when the attitude hits you that you want to be better, know yourself, that's what you're doing. That's why you're here. And watch this. When that divine conscious rises, now the struggle becomes what? I keep telling you, the holy war. The holy war is when what page was I on? What page was I on? Let me get this together. I'm gonna show you something right quick. Okay, yeah, right there, 69. This is the picture I showed you. This is Haru and Set. What they tell you right here is They're one and the same. They're not two different people. They're one and the same, and they're in you. It represents you. Okay, I'm gonna break that down for you. That's my goal, to get you to understand the concept of you got Haru and you got Set. The one who's gonna run the show should be your higher self, represented by Haru. Your ordinary ignorant self, that's Set. Let me break it down for you. So Tahuti symbolizes your higher self, and when the determination to pursue that, your lower self becomes a holy war against what? Ignorance, which is represented by your lower self, and the illusions within one's consciousness. You think you're good, you think everything is fine because you're happy with what's going on. Okay? Ignorant. But watch this. If this process is not understood as what? A struggle to what? Overcome satanic attitudes such as anger, hatred, greed, bigotry, jealousy, etc. These are all, again, egoistic qualities, low level, you set concepts. And where's that? Within oneself. You. This represents you. Now, the energy of the struggle becomes what? Directly to the world outside of who? Oneself, in the form of what? Political concepts, religious views, social activities, ethnic, gender, etc. All conflicts, worldly, physical, of this world. Understand it? Get the concept. So the struggle between Haru and Set does not end with what? Either destroying the other. Why? Haru pursues the path of what? Reason, seeking counsel with the wisdom from Tahuti. Wisdom follows what? The exercise of reason, and reason follows the practice of what? Studying daily to show yourself approved for a reason. Studying, questioning, reflecting, and then inquiring into what? The nature of the truth. Set, the lower self, watch this, here we go. Understand this. This is most of us before we become enlightened. Your lower self, which is Set, refuses to abide by the decree of what? Wisdom. They act out of non-wisdom concept. They do dumb stuff. But watch this. He is eventually sublimated through what? His own humiliation and ignorance. I tell you, if your children, you're smarter than them. You should be able to trick them to get them to do what you need them to do. That's all. Sometimes you gotta do that to get them to do what you need them to do. Don't let them do what they want to do. They don't know no better unless you teach them. But watch this. Now he did it. He was his own enemy, his own undoing in the end. Why? When the aspirant is aligned, when you're aligned with the what? The divine forces. And the divine, listen, we keep saying divine forces. They say Kundalini. We know it as serpent power. When all your Kundalini is lined up in a row, your body will function as a perfect, well-oiled machine. Watch this. So the divine forces, when the lower self can no longer struggle, the overwhelming force of what? The divine pushes the lower self into what? The position of service rather than mastership. This is its rightful place. I tell you, I use my ego to get me up when I don't want to, sometimes you go, that's where the ego is good. A servant to it. Put him to work. Why? Because that's what he like to do. That's what he will do. He end up serving Ra on the boat at the nightly progress to do what? Protecting him from the real bad boy, Apophis. But that was his thing. He's a worker. He don't mind doing that. Okay, so use the ego to your advantage. Moving on. The Egyptian book of coming forth by day and night, it describes what? What is, listen, the reason why they call it the book of the dead, because these is people who were writing down their progress when they go into the afterlife. This was their concept. It describes the journey of you, the human soul, where? In the realm of the afterlife. They say, oh, the Egyptians consumed with death. No, no, they understood death to the physical body wasn't the end. So they had a concept of what afterlife would be like. And they came up with these ideas theological concepts, philosophical views. That's all. And nobody came back and told us it was right or wrong. So it don't make a difference about that. Everybody had a perspective. And watch this. I got an afterlife, and what? It describes what each man and woman must do to survive death. Because if the physical body dies, and the conscious mind haven't made the connection with the heart, the conscious mind, aka the heart, gonna be heavy, and the feather of Maat is gonna get eaten, so you no longer exist. Your conscious will be taken away. The spirit goes on. Spirit ain't conscious. Understand that. So watch this. So it's teaching you how to survive death and what? Come forth, come out into the light of day, where life, illumination, eternal happiness. That's y'all call heaven now. Same concept. Y'all don't know if somebody been in heaven came back. So y'all got your view. Same thing. Understand it. At the time of death, watch this. This is the concept. Our prior, or excuse me, at the time of death, or prior to death, the heart consciousness, and it's spelled with the CONSCIENS. Why? Because it's been proven. And the heart consciousness symbolized by what? The ab, which is a vessel of the being, and is weighed against what? The feather of truth, aka Maat, symbolized by the feather of Maat. Here are our godly faculties. Watch this. Symbolized by who? Anubis, discernment, and Tahuti, who keeps records, described for everybody. He's there also. And our ability to what? Use them while on earth will be judged. How well you use this? How would you use discernment? How Maat did you live? All those are going to be at their judgment day. That's what they're telling you. So watch this. Here you go. Now, in the halls of Maat, the heart and eternal organs of the deceased are what? Judged by 42 judges who are each in charge of one regulation. Each, when you say, I have not, somebody there watching say, okay, he did. Or, so remember, all 42 regulations are what? Listen, what the 42 confessions are. They are 42 regulations of virtuous guidelines for living, make up the basis of the 42 negative confessions. If one lives righteously, one will be able to say what? One has not committed any offenses of the 42 confessions. Now, if you did that successfully, watch what happens. Now, I'm going to use me as an example, because I'm pretty sure I'm going to get my shot. We all are, but I think I'm going to pass. Watch this. Upon uttering these words, the deceased takes on what? A new name in the afterlife. Instead of me being Mark Wright, I'm now a Saw Mark Wright. I've crossed over to the next level, to eternity. Why? Because I lived good while I was here. That's the goal of us being here. So all that, how much money you make, how famous you got, means nothing. Spiritually, you need to be able to live a righteous and virtuous life. Let's go. Moving on. And you can do that with knowledge, understanding, and implementing what you learn, aka the spiritual truths, right thing of philosophy. If the heart of Mark Wright is found to be heavier. Had I kept doing that, okay, I just won't man. When Bill Savior's heart was questioned, I'm sure it was heavier than the feather of my eye. Why? Instead of him joining Asar, no. He went back to the realm of what? Mental illusion, aka what? The world, the physical world, and what? In the form of whoever he come back into. Why? Because when the spirit wants to take on a new body, his consciousness is gone. The spirit just goes to the astral realm, like the waiting room for a new body to be born that he can go and get into. But guess what? He come back sometime in the animal or a beast, or why? To be eaten by the monsters, aka the evil spirits. He might come back as a pig, so somebody's gonna roast him like he did the pig. So the concept is karma. And watch this. Who feed off of sin, greed, and unrighteous people, etc. Okay, so that's the concept of hell. Okay, we get it. But now, if the heart of Mark Wright is found to be lighter than the feather, or equal in weight, what happens? It signifies that he had lived a virtuous life and had mastered the knowledge of wisdom of what? Every God, every aspect of himself, the personality, all of which are aspects of the what? The one God. And therefore, he is fit for a new life forever. This is temporary. Don't fall in love with this wife. It ain't gonna last you too long. But the other one, that's where you want to go. And watch this. A Saul Mark Wright is ready to what? Transcend this world into the next realm of existence. I'm not dying. My conscience is still intact. So when I go, I'm going to be Mark Wright when I go. So whoever's up there, when they made it, we're gonna recognize real. And watch this. He is ready to what? Journey back to meet his cosmic Asar, who represents cosmic consciousness or Ra. Asar marked right through his own virtuous life. Everybody, I can't get you in. You have to do it for yourself. I'm just giving you the stuff you need to make it happen for yourself. Why? That's what I use. So once my virtuous life is allowed to what? I'm allowed to take on, fashion me a new what? Glorious body to what? Live in where? Eternity with a soul. Thus, Asar, Mark Wright, the individual human soul meets what? And joins with his true soul, Asar, the supreme being. I'm almost done. Now, okay, I got a few minutes. This signifies what? What did this mean? This means that our own nature is that of the universal consciousness, the one pure consciousness, what was separated only by what? Our ignorance of that. And on earth, we had a chance to what? Get reunited. Remember why we come here with a blank slate, aka amnesia. We don't know. Hence, know thyself. They gave us the best hint we could have. Made it real simple. Watch this. Now, it is only due to spiritual ignorance and human worldly distractions in the world of desirable objects that we think what? We are individual human beings with bodies which are mortal. That's the ignorant part. When this is over, that's it. They don't have no concept why they're not spiritually enlightened. Obviously, they don't know themselves. So in reality, watch this. We are immortal and eternal beings. I said spiritual beings who having what? One with the universes, with one who are one with the universe and each other. Again, the spiritual connection. Life. That's the one common goal that we all as human beings have in common. To realize this even more, watch this, even before death, it is necessary what? To live what? In a virtuous manner. Do the right thing. Learning spiritual truth and the lessons of human existence and what? Uncovering what? That veil of ignorance of who you are, which blinds us from the realization of our essential true nature. We must therefore what? Listen, master. We must therefore master the knowledge of self and gain wisdom of every aspect of ourself to become one with God. Anpu, Anubis, you know him, is God of discernment between reality and illusion. You have to have that. You have to have that. Why? If you can't tell the difference between real and unreal, you're going to get tricked. And you have to use Tahuti, the God of what? Wisdom from your experience of what? The truth. When you experience it for yourself, you know the truth. That's wisdom from experience. I give you my experience. What? The truth. Why? Let me tell you what I know without experience. Again, watch this. Oversee, he's the overseer of the scales of my yacht. Now, these judge what? The condition of what? The heart, the AKA ab, and determine its level of spiritual achievement. You got the seven chakras. You see Amit biting between the 3 and 4th round. If you only at the 3rd level, makes sense. That means you ain't make it. 4th level is mean you start to show empathy. 5th level is when you start speaking the truth. Sixth level is when the third eye opens, the pineal gland is activated. Now you see spiritually, the veil has been lifted. When the third eye opens up, the veil of ignorance is lifted. Now you have knowledge of self. And the crown chakra is when you implement it and live it, and you'll see what happens. Magic. Okay, let me wrap this up for you. In ancient Wait a minute, no, okay, right here. No, we got two lines. This is also symbolized, watch this. I like this part. By who? Hamet, the master, the devourer of what? Hearts. If your heart heavy in that scale is going to get eaten by that. Okay? Watch this. Who, according to the Greenfield Papyrus, determines those who are the advanced spirits and worthy of salvation will pass the test. And those who have developed what? Their higher consciousness became enlightened. They activate their chakra centers, symbolized by what? The fourth, like I said, from the heart up to the seventh round of the levels of what? Consciousness. And those who have not progressed past the third level, the lower nature, watch this. Their base animal nature, lower consciousness, sinners symbolized by what? The lower three rings, the unrighteous are symbolically devoured by the monster and evil spirits. So God don't do nothing. You control all of that. Understand that. So in the ancient Egyptian, as the chakra system of India, we know of Kundalini, those who activate no higher, watch this, than the third level. I'm a Mason. I know they deal with that too. Okay. If you only a third degree, you ain't a full-fledged Mason. You're a master of yourself, supposedly. You're supposed to know yourself. So you should aspire to do better and be better to get to the seventh round. Why? Because then the level of the third chakra, you consider to be what? People on the same level, listen, of consciousness as the beast of the field, aka the animal. You're no better than them. That's not good. So those people, watch this, will have to what? You ready? Reincarnate. Coming back again. Why? In order to further, possibly, to further evolve beyond the third level. You got to pass it. If not, you come back again. Why? That's the game, name of the game. Now, upon reincarnating, they will once again have the possibility of what? Confronting life's again situations, which will afford them this time what? Another opportunity to perform correct action, aka practice perform maya. Right feelings, right thinking, yeah, to what? Correct leads to correct being, which is what? The goal to be what we really are, one with God, with knowledge of self and knowledge of God. That's how it's done. I'm gonna help you do that. That's how I did it. That's how I know. Hope you enjoyed the lesson. I'll be back.